The Vision High School Sports Beat is brought to you by the 12 locally owned dealerships of the Vision Automotive Group, offering Buick, GMC, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Hyundai, Kia, and Nissan. Check out all the selection at any location online at visionauto.com. Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us on the Vision High School Sports Beat. I'm Dave Yates. We begin this week at East High, where something is happening that Section 5 hasn't seen in 4 decades. A city varsity lacrosse team. The East United Eagles are here and ready to fly. Here's Tariq Spence.
Hey, defense over with Banks. What is you?
Tariq Spence here from East High School. We're going to find out more about the first year program for the East High lacrosse team. It may be their first year, but it's not their first time on the field. The roots of the East United team began at the modified level 5 years ago at School of the Arts. And some players, like senior Matthew Fox, have been through the ups and downs of building a new program from nothing.
It's been pretty tough leading up to this year. Yeah. We played some pretty difficult teams. Yeah. Us coming out of the city, not having a lot of experienced kids, because lacrosse is a suburban sport. Yeah. It came out of the suburbs. Yeah. So we're coming out of the city, not having a lot of experienced players. It's been tough, but we have those few players who lead the other teammates, and we make everybody else better. So it's been fun. Yeah. It's just been tough, and we've had our ups and downs. Like Banks said, we've had some people who have quit because they can't deal with the sport, but we've had those people who stuck with us for 4 years now. Now you're out here for obviously lacrosse. What drew you to the sport? You're a football kid, but you like lacrosse. Is this just the spring sport for you?
Well, no, it's not just the spring sport. I went to my I was gonna play baseball actually my 7th grade year because I always loved baseball, but my friend asked me to come and try out lacrosse with him. So I went to my coach's room, Coach Tilly, and he started showing us these lacrosse videos, and I said, wow, that looks kind of fun, so I might as well try it. Yeah. And I've been doing it ever since then, and I love it. It's awesome.
So you played before indoor. What is it like outdoors?
It's different because you got to move. You don't have to move as fast as indoor and stuff like that.
All right, so you looking forward to getting better every year and bonding with the teammates?
Yeah, but we got people coming and going all the time. So
how does a program get started like this? We talked to head coach Sean Banks and talked a bit about 2 coaches working together, bringing all the kids of Rochester who want to play lacrosse on one team. Coach, talk a bit about the sport. Did you get into the sport early or later on, and how did you find out about lacrosse?
Well, I dabbled a little bit in high school, didn't actually play in high school, so I played 1 year at MCC. Yep, that's the extent of my experience.
But after that, you love the sport. Like you went back to football, but you came back to lacrosse to teach?
Yes, I did. So being a phys ed teacher, some of the things we were able to do is create curriculums, and one of the things I wanted to do, if I was going to start a lacrosse team in the city, I started doing it in gym class, and we did it in gym class about 12 years ago. We started.
East United Varsity Lacrosse has drawn players from East, School of the Arts, Leadership Academy, World of Inquiry, Edison, and Frederick Douglass. And it's the coaching staff's job to bring them all together as one unit.
Yeah, so Jim Tillison, who's pretty much co-head coach with me and with this program, he developed a team at School of the Arts, and I developed a team at the same year. I think it was 2014 was our first year, and we started off with modified, and we basically combined the teams. So last year, in order to have 2 JV teams, we decided to have School of the Arts and East combined to make one team, one program. And in order to sustain it and have teams the equal numbers from JV, varsity, and modified, we have kids from all over the district.
Wow, I mean, you're really starting a brand new program, brand new, fresh year. Yeah. This is beautiful to see because it's never been done before, or hasn't been done in years.
I believe they played lacrosse back in the 70s, but that was like 40 years ago. And I haven't seen one person that played lacrosse back then come out and support us and say, hey, I was a former player. So that's how long ago it was. So it's unheard of in the district right now.
So how has it been sort of working with different kids from different schools?
It's easy. Like we're adapting pretty well. You know, we're all becoming brothers and getting our bonds tight. So it's pretty good.
Have you been able to help kids who've never played the sport, you know, sort of get used to it or know where to go? Because I know for a lot of kids it's got to be intimidating if they've never played or only played a few years.
Yeah. Like we all help each other. Like if someone, you know, isn't passing right, we'll give them hints, or not hints, but like tips on how to actually catch the ball and throw the ball and everything. So yeah,
lacrosse was like a scapegoat for me.
Oh, okay.
Like it helped me throughout high school, and it, I don't know, it was kind of a pathway. It created me into the person I am today.
The new team didn't have to wait long for their first win, beating Batavia in just their third game. But the Eagles know they have a long way to go. We're definitely looking forward to see you guys getting another win.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, we're playing Newark and Batavia. We're pretty competitive against them. The bigger schools like Aquinas, we're going to get competitive over the years with, but it's going to take some time.
Boy, I wish every team was this easy. This is great. All right, we're taking two there.
From East High School for the Vision High School Sports Beat, this is Tariq Spence.
Perfect.
The Eagles are playing an abbreviated 10-game schedule this season, but are looking to expand to 16 games next year. Well, coming up, we're talking sports with Paul Gotham and the Dunkin' Donuts High School Notebook. We've got that and more when the Vision High School Sports Beat returns.
Boom.
Go-getters, get two with Dunkin' Go-Tos.
Boom.
2 sandwiches for $2, $3, or $5. America runs on Dunkin'.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Vision High School Sports Beat. It is time now for the High School Notebook, brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. And we are joined for this segment by Paul Gotham from PickandSplinters.com. And Paul, finally, spring appears to have arrived, and you got to see a pretty good early season matchup on the baseball schedule.
Rush-Henrietta taking on McQuaid on a Saturday afternoon with blue skies. It was kind of I didn't know how to take that one because we almost had to bring out the sunglasses that day. But sure enough, Pat Sharon, as we'll see later on in the show, Pat Sharon going a complete game for the Royal Comets and a victory there. The sophomore getting his first varsity win, 6-1 over McQuaid.
For a sophomore to get a win against McQuaid, that's a feather in your cap.
Especially a McQuaid team that went to the state semifinals last year and has returned more than half their starting lineup. That was an impressive outing for the young man. Several early games, though, that might indicate what's going to happen later on. Victor beating Penfield is noteworthy, and Greece Athena putting together 5 straight wins, as did Brockport.
It's finally nice to see him out there playing. We're going to turn back the clock a little bit and talk some basketball. Some big news from the Section 5 teams and some of the athletes that are going on to bigger and better things in the basketball career.
Sure, our alums are making their mark out there. Janathan Williams, UPrep star from a couple years ago, moves up into the top 100 of the Rivals.com list of recruits, top recruits coming in to the 2018 year. Of course, Janathan's going to be going to UB, where he will join East High's Dante Carruthers on a team that has gone to the NCAA tournament 3 of the last 4 years. But it doesn't stop with Janathan. Keith McGee from Greece Arcadia to South Plains Junior College, and now he's going to be going to New Mexico. Keith earned MVP honors in the National Junior College Division I championship game. You add to that list Brian Fobbs going from Bishop Kearney, Genesee Community College, and now he's going to be going to Towson. Brian was named first team National Junior College All-American. And let's not leave out Zach Stenglein, who is going to join his brother, turned down a pair of Division I offers, and is going to join his brother at Nazareth College to get a chance to play there in our neighborhood, which will be great. So a lot of our guys are continuing on.
It's really kind of cool for a guy to turn down some D1 offers to stay local and to be able to get a chance to play with his brother.
And they didn't get a chance in high school because Tyler had that injury his senior year. So it is really special, and I'm sure it's great for everybody, the local fans. They're right in the neighborhood and get a chance to see them play a couple times next year. Empire 8 champions this year. It's going to come around again, because Tyler was Empire Right Player of the Year, and I could see it happening again this year for the NAS team.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, you get a guy who's a D1 quality player, all of a sudden going D3. The coaching staff has got to be loving that.
Well, and the thing was, Tyler really was a D1 athlete coming out of high school, but that injury really cost him that chance. And certainly winning at the Division III level there's nothing to turn your nose down on that. It'll be a great season for those guys.
Well, it's nice to see the weather's changed, and the PickandSplinters.com is going to be filled up with plenty of great information, great stats, and great stories. So, Paul, as always, thanks for joining us, and look forward to seeing what's coming up on the site over the next few days or so.
Happy to be here.
All right, thanks, Paul. And this has been the High School Notebook, brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. Coming up next, we have the Wegmans Making the Grade nominee with Kim, and later on, it's a baseball festival in Henrietta. And spring arrived just in time when the Vision High School Sports Beat continues.
Came now to Eichel. He floated one.
Welcome back, and thanks for watching the Vision High School Sports Beat. I'm Kim Burnson. It's time now for Making the Grade, brought to you by Wegmans. Wegmans is a proud supporter of Making the Grade, which highlights the accomplishments of Section 5 student athletes on and off the playing field. Making the Grade this week is Jet Clintworth of Penfield. Jet is a perfect example of how hard work pays off. Just this fall, he was the only returning starter in his senior year with the Penfield varsity volleyball program. Jet helped rally his team to back-to-back Section 5 titles and Class A state championships. He was named MVP in the state championship game and led his team in digs, proving he could be there when they needed him most. Standing at 6'1", Jet developed his skills through training with the Pace Bootleggers Club in the summer months. His hard work in the off-season helped prepare him to lead his fellow Penfield teammates, and as a result landed on the AVCA All-American watch list. Aside from volleyball, Jet is also a member of the varsity bowling team and is a 4-year honor roll student. Following his senior year, he plans to join the men's volleyball program at Keene University and major in engineering. For his dedication to leadership and determination, this week Jet Clintworth is making the grade. If you have a student in mind for our Making the Grade segment, we want your nominations. You can send them in to info@classywolf.com. And now here's Dave with the Section 5 Spotlight.
Well, thanks, Kim. Here are some of the athletes, teams, and coaches making news in this week's Section 5 Spotlight. Congratulations to HFL's Anthony Noto, the two-time state champion and All-Greater Rochester Wrestler of the Year, won the Northeast Regionals Freestyle Championship in East Stroudsburg. Noto, a sophomore, won this year's state title at 106 pounds and did it in under 15 seconds. Greece Athena's Mary Andriano is looking to follow up her strong season last year and showed it by striking out 17 Brockport Blue Devils in a 2-1 win for the Trojans. The Newark Reds traveled to Dansville and came away with a trophy, beating the Mustangs 10-2. Wayne's Jake Schmid set a meet record last weekend at the RH Invitational, running the 400-meter hurdles in just over 58 seconds. That's a full second better than the previous mark, set in 2014. Up next, it's a beautiful spring day for baseball and barbecue. We've got that story and more when the Vision High School Sports Beat returns. The Vision High School Sports Beat is brought to you by the 12 locally owned dealerships of the Vision Automotive Group, offering Buick, GMC, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Hyundai, Kia, and Nissan. Check out all the selection at any location online at visionauto.com. Welcome back, and thanks once again for joining us on the Vision High School Sports Beat. I'm Dave Yates. Rush-Henrietta Baseball has won 4 titles in the last 8 seasons, and part of that success comes from creating a culture, from modified on up. Last weekend, the Royal Comets celebrated that culture. Here's Paul Gotham.
With 4 trips to the sectional finals over the past 8 years, the Rush-Henrietta baseball team has established a model of consistency. It's no coincidence that high expectations are a part of this success. For Bill Rasmussen and his Royal Comets, part of the plan has been creating a connection between varsity student athletes, junior varsity, and the modified levels.
Well, we kind of took a look around and we said, you know what, we really want to bring our whole program together, all the way up from modified to varsity. And we thought, you know, we've got such great facilities here. Our grounds guys do a phenomenal job. And if we could put all of our teams on the field on the same day and bring the whole community out and, you know, give people some pulled pork and have a little fundraiser at the same time, we thought it would just be a great thing for our program, and it's been tremendous.
Festival Day serves as a moment to pass the torch. Varsity players who were once among the JV and modified now take center stage. What's it like for you as a senior to be able to get this nice of a day on your festival day?
Oh, it's great. You know, last year we didn't have very good weather, and the seniors that year didn't get to play, and I know they were hurt, and I'm just thankful to be able to play today.
Modified and JV playing on the varsity field, and getting their names read over the loudspeaker, of course.
Number 3, Lucas Hafner.
So when you were a modified guy and when you were a JV guy and you had a chance to hear your name called over the loudspeaker, what was that like for the first time?
It was the coolest thing ever, like coming up as a JV player and a modified player, coming out, all the fans, the environment, it's great. I loved it.
I mean, it was great. You know, we would play, then eat some good food and watch the big kids hit, but now it's our turn.
Bringing the program together for one day to make connections and pass along expectations.
It's cool to get all the younger kids out here and help them kind of, you know, get to experience like a varsity type game a little bit. You know, I'm out there with the JVs hitting fly balls and helping them hitting infield. It's just good for them.
And the food. 3 games in one day, fans will need something to fill their stomachs. Pulled pork or pulled chicken with sides of mac salad and salt potatoes.
Right now we're working with the 3-legged pig, and they came out and they did it for us last year, and they do a tremendous job. The people love their food. They were really accommodating to us, and it just kind of brings the whole event together.
How about the food? Give us your thoughts on the food. How does the food work for you out here?
Oh, the food's great.
Blue skies and sunshine. The Royal Comets picked the right day.
Well, it's a day I think that the kids look forward to. I know as the coaches we look forward to it. We always try to schedule a really tough opponent to have a really great game, and you know, to take it as an opportunity to come out and try to prove ourselves. And you know, we're very fortunate to have McQuaid agree to come out and play us this year. And you know, they've been flexible with the time, and it's kind of a crazy day in a lot of ways. So we're lucky that other teams are into it as well, and it's a lot of fun.
The Royal Comets had only been on the field 4 times prior, but they picked the perfect day to have McQuaid come for a rematch of the Class AA final on Festival Day 2018. It was a rematch of the 2017 Class AA final, a game which McQuaid won in dramatic fashion. The Jesuit Knights pushed 2 across in the bottom of the 7th to force extra innings. They walked off in the 8th. On Festival Day 2018, though, Rush-Henrietta reigned. Pat Sharon went the distance in a 6-1 victory. The sophomore right-hander fanned 6 and allowed 6 hits for his first varsity win. Raymond Speck tripled and scored on an error in the 1st. The Royal Comets tacked 5 more on the scoreboard in the 5th for their 2nd straight win.
It feels great. This is what we've been waiting for all season long, you know, especially for the seniors. They've been grinding away. We've got a team full of kids that does everything you ask them, and I couldn't be more proud of how they've responded and the work that they put in the gym. And now to be able to get out and play some baseball is going to be a great thing for us.
From Roth Middle School, this is Paul Gotham for the Vision High School Sports Beat.
Well, the Royal Comets made the most of the great weather and big crowd, with both the JV and varsity teams coming up with wins over McQuaid. Well, we'd like to thank our sponsors, especially the 12 dealerships of the Vision Automotive Group, for making the Vision High School Sports Beat possible. Thanks again. We'll see you next week.
Let's take a quick test one. Here we go. Ready? 1,
2, and... That you've ever been in, it has to be easier. I mean, you're hitting people like a foot more away from them than they. You have the opportunity to get a poke or a check or steal the ball. You're going to be ready. That ball drops down.